Well, welcome everyone. Thank you so much for being here for the Gentle Stretch class. I'm AJ and I will be taking you through some nice deep stretches and a short meditation at the end. So let's just lie down on our back with our arms and legs spread about a foot apart, our palms open facing towards the ceiling, and let's just begin to relax, let everything go. Close your eyes if you like and start by taking in 3 slow, deep breaths. Each time breathing in as slowly and as deeply as you can through the nose. Exhaling even slower through the mouth. And with each exhalation, just allow your body to completely relax and sink right into the mat. Remember, in each pose, only go as far as is comfortable for you. You'll still experience all the benefits of yoga just by attempting to do these poses. If anything hurts in any way, please either do not do it or come out of the pose immediately and either go into one of the resting poses or substitute a pose that you prefer. Almost all the poses can be modified in some way to make them easier for you. So we're just going to begin by inhaling up both arms behind us, fingertips pointed behind you, toes pointed in front of you. We're just going to get a nice full body stretch. If you like, you can clasp your thumbs together, have your arms right next to your ears, and really reach for the back wall as if I had a string or a rope tied around your wrists and was pulling them all the way to the back wall. And if I had a string or a rope tied around your ankles and pulling your feet all the way to the front wall, really get a nice deep stretch. And breathe, and then slowly exhale your arms down, and then gently just turn over onto the left side of your body so that your ear is right on top of your left arm, and then bring your right arm on top of your head, and with your left wrist, pull that right arm over the head as you point the toes in front of you. We're just going to stretch the right side of the body. And don't worry if I say right and you go left or vice versa. As long as you balance the stretch the next time with the opposite side, it's fine. And breathe. A lot of these stretches can even be done before you get out of bed in the morning, which is the perfect time to stretch. As we slowly roll back onto our back and continue to the opposite side. Laying on your right side now, you'll grab your left wrist with your right hand, pull it over your head, feeling that stretch along the rib cage, pointing the toes in the opposite direction, and breathing. And again, always feel to come out of a stretch anytime you need to, even if I'm in it a little bit longer. There's no comparison in yoga. You don't have to worry about what anybody else is doing. Some days you're just more stiff, some days you're more flexible. And then we'll roll back onto our back. And this time we'll do what's called the banana stretch or the banana asana. We're going to inhale both arms behind us, but we're going to grab the right wrist with the left hand and pull the right arm to the left as we gently walk both feet to the left. So we're not going to get that far in a curved shape like a banana. We're just going to try to curve our body to the left. If you want a bit more stretch, place the right heel over the left ankle. And you should feel this stretch on the right side of your body. As you remember to breathe slowly and deeply through the nose. Exhale twice as slowly through the mouth. Even if you just came for this hour and just laid in Shavasana and took deep breaths, you would get so much benefit. And then release the stretch as you gently walk both feet over to the right a few inches as you grab the left wrist with the right hand and pull that to the right. As if you want a bit more stretch, the left heel goes over the right ankle so that your body's in a curve, and you breathe. And then we'll walk the hands back to center, and let's bring the knees to the chest, clasp our hands above the knees, and just gently rock from side to side. Anytime you experience any pain or tension in your low back, this is a great pose to go right into, gently massaging the spine. You can place your hands on top of your knees and we'll just do gentle little circles with the knees. Just make a few circles in one direction. And then we'll reverse it a few times in the opposite direction. And then we'll do what's called windshield wipers. You'll place your hands in a T position so that the palms are on the floor, and then you're gently going to bring your knees to the left, and then slowly bring them up to center, and then drop them to the right. So the idea is to go slowly and use and engage your abdominal muscles rather than just quickly going back and forth. So you go left, center, right, and then center and left. And we'll do this a few times at our own pace. And then the next time that your knees are dropped to the left, what we're going to do is turn our head to look at the right hand. The palm is on the floor. And if you want a bit more stretch, take your left fingertips on top of the right knee and try to pull those knees in even a bit closer to the chest. Your right shoulder probably won't be right on the mat, but the idea is to get it towards the mat, not lift it up entirely. We'll do several twists in this class, and this is our first one. If for some reason your knees don't go all the way to the floor, this is where you can use a block so that it will have something to land on. You want to be comfortable because we do hold these poses for a few breaths. And then we'll place our hands back in a T position and then slowly inhale the knees back up to center, and then we'll drop the knees to the right side of the body. Looking towards the left hand, the palm faces the floor. And if you want a bit more stretch, place the right fingertips on top of the left knee and gently pull both knees in closer to your chest. And breathe. It's very common to be more flexible on one side. Possibly be able to go further in a stretch on one side of the body. And then we'll place our hands back in the T position, come back to center, and let's place our feet on the mat. Our knees are bent, and we're going to do our first bridge. So we'll place our hands on the mat, palms down, and then we'll place our spine as if we're trying to place it down on the mat, and then we're going to inhale up towards the ceiling. This is called a bridge. You'll feel this on the top of your thighs, and we'll just try to hold it for a breath or two. Pressing those palms down can help support you in this pose. And whenever you need to come out of it, gently roll down. And then we'll take a deep breath before we do another one. And again, you first, to get proper form, as if you're trying to press your spine down to the mat so that you can engage your core and then lift up. And you might find that you come up even a little bit higher the second time. Some people like to clasp their hands underneath them and actually kind of go underneath their shoulders if you want to go up a little bit more. Some people use a brick or a yoga block and just place it under their sacrum to support them in this pose if it's too difficult to stay in the pose on your own. And then slowly roll down one vertebra at a time. Take a deep breath, and we'll do our third bridge, pressing the palms down on the mat, spine into the mat, and then lifting up. And holding for a breath or two. Good, and then slowly rolling down, one vertebra at a time. We'll extend the legs. You can shake them out for a moment. Take a deep breath. And now what we're going to do is either with your left leg straight or bent with the left foot on the mat, we're going to inhale up the right leg as straight as possible with the heel pointed towards the ceiling. If it helps you, you can clasp your hands just below the right knee on the thigh. We're going to go heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe. And then we're going to circle that right foot and ankle slowly, a few times in one direction, and then reverse it a few times in the opposite direction. And hear all the little crackles. Wait till we get to the shoulders. And then with your hand clasped just below your right knee, we're just going to gently pull that thigh in towards the chest. You're not going to go more than a few inches. This is just a gentle little pulse, loosening up that right hip. And then we're going to bend the right leg, clasp the hands above the right knee, and squeeze that right knee in as close to the right shoulder as you can, holding that stretch for a moment. Straighten your right leg if you like, your left leg. Just keep squeezing if you like. Inhale up, see if you can bring your nose to your knee using your abs. And then slowly exhaling down, once again straightening that right leg. And what we're going to do now is slowly lower the right leg with control, as if your leg is going through molasses. We're going to go as slowly as possible so we engage the abdominal muscles, taking our time, lowering that straight right leg to the mat. Feel your quadricep muscles firing. And when you get to the ground, you can shake that right leg out, keep it straight, or bend it with the right foot on the mat as you extend the left leg. And inhale up the left leg towards the ceiling, clasping your hands below the knee if you like, behind your thigh, and we'll go heel, toe, and heel, toe. And slowly rotating that left foot a few times in one direction and reversing it in the opposite direction. And then gentle little pulses, pulling that leg towards the body. And then bending that left leg, clasping the hands above the left knee and squeezing that in towards the left shoulder and holding it for a breath or two. And if you like, slowly inhale up. See if you can bring your nose to your knee. You can point that right toe for extra credit. And then slowly come on down, straighten out the left leg, heel towards the ceiling, and very slowly with control, we're going to lower the left leg, moving through thick molasses, taking our time, slower the better. And when our foot reaches the ground, we can shake it out. Take a deep breath, inhale, and exhale. Now we're going to do a little bit deeper twist. We're going to keep our left leg straight on the ground. We're going to bend our right leg and place our right foot right on top of the left knee. That's step one. Now keep your arms perpendicular, but now we're going to take our left fingertips on the outside of the right knee and gently pull the right knee towards the left. Now, it's probably not going to go all the way down on the ground, because if it does, you'll be lifting your shoulder way up. It might go halfway, 45 degrees. The idea is to keep that right shoulder as close to the ground as possible as you turn your head to look at your right fingertips. So you should feel this in your right buttocks, your piriformis. If you just go all the way down, you're not really getting a deep stretch, unless you naturally go all the way down. Most people don't go all the way down. And again, if you do use blocks, you can always put a block underneath your knee just to let it rest there. So this is a little bit deeper than the windshield wiper that we did a few moments ago. So hopefully you feel it in your buttocks, where there's not much ways to stretch that area without some of these stretches. And breathe. And then slowly, let's come back up to center with that right knee. We can straighten that right leg out, give it a shake or two if you like. Keeping the right leg straight, we're going to bend the left leg, place the left foot on top of the right knee. Left hand is perpendicular, palm facing down, and the right fingertips go on top or the outside of the left knee, and then slowly bring that left knee as far to the right as it will comfortably go, while still keeping your left shoulder close to the mat. And turning your head to look at the left fingertips. And breathing. And again, when you do this on your own, because you're going to be watching the video, feel free to always stay in any stretch you like longer. You can always pause the video. In a traditional yin class, a pose could be held as long as 5 minutes, sometimes even longer, if you're enjoying that stretch. And if you're not enjoying it, sometimes still a good idea to hold it longer, so that usually the stretches we don't like are sometimes the ones we need to do the most. And then inhaling back to center. And once again, let's bring those knees to the chest, clasping the hands on top of the knees, gently rocking from side to side. And now let's place our hands on the inside of the knee and spread our knees wide apart. And once again, continue rocking side to side. You'll feel this stretch in the groin muscles and in the inner thighs. And we can do this now. If it is within your practice to do a stretch called Happy Baby, you simply bring your feet up towards the ceiling and either grab on the outside of your feet or with your index finger, your toes. And this is very similar to just placing your hands between your knees and opening them wide. And you can still gently rock from side to side. Baby is very much like a squat that you would do standing up, but it doesn't put any pressure on your knees. So it's a good pose to do if you're somebody that likes to do squats, but maybe, like me, has a compromised knee. It's the same muscle groups. You can place your feet back down on the mat. And let's do one more bridge and see if we can go a little bit deeper into it now that we've warmed up. Palms down on the ground, and then inhale up those thighs towards the chest. And breathe. And then slowly lowering the butt back down on the mat. You can extend your legs. And let's come up onto our elbows for what's called fish pose. If you don't have problems with your neck, you can put your neck back. But if you have neck problems, just raise your chest up towards the ceiling. If your neck is okay, if you like, you can gently drop it back behind you. Slowly lift your neck back up if it was back. Come back down, and we're going to bring our knees to the chest, but this time we're going to place our hands, clasp them behind the knees, and we're going to do a spinal rock. Just gently rocking front and back. And we'll do it a few times, and if you can get enough momentum, we'll come up into a seated position. When you go back, if you like, you can go all the way back, and then just come up into a seated position. That's an easy way to get up. And then when we get up, we will come up into a comfortable seated position, whatever that means for you. Some people like to put one leg in front of the other. Some people like to do a cross-legged position. Some people even like to sit on their knees. But just for now, sit however is comfortable. If you want, you can move the flesh away from your buttocks so you can be sitting comfortably and sitting up tall with your hands on your knees. And like we did with our knees when we were on our back, let's just rotate the body a few times in one direction. And then reverse it. I put myself to sleep in this class. I find it so relaxing. That's why I love doing yoga at home, because if I fall asleep, I'm home. Come back to center, and then we'll sit up nice and tall. And we'll just spend a few minutes doing a shoulder stretch. We're just going to take our right arm all the way across the body, and you can either pull it or you can lock your elbow here. So the idea is to get a nice stretch behind that shoulder. And at the same time, trying to sit up nice and tall. And then we'll come back to center, and then take your hand, pat yourself on the back for coming to class, but then push your tricep, try to get even a deeper stretch. And then you can do the same thing going this way. Just a little bit different feeling. And then we'll go the opposite way. Bring our hand across, or just pull it if that's easier. Deep shoulder stretch. And then pat yourself. And then the other way, both ways. This way you can get a little deeper. And then let's place our fingertips on our shoulders for the full shoulder roll. This is where we hear snap, crackle, pop, Rice Krispies. A few times one way, and then a few times in the opposite direction. And then let's bring our elbows all the way behind us as if we were trying to get them to touch. And then let's actually come in front and have them touch. And then open wide and touch. Open wide, feel those chest muscles engage, like when we did fish pose. And one more. Open wide, and then we can shake our hands down. And now let's place our hands behind us and do fish sitting this way. Lifting the chest up towards the ceiling, looking up towards the ceiling. To center, and we'll actually spend just a few moments working on the neck. If you're ever uncomfortable, you can always cross your legs the other way. So we're just going to inhale and turn and look over the right shoulder, sitting up nice and tall. For a bit more stretch, you can take your first two fingers on the left side of your jaw and gently press just a little more, looking over that right shoulder. And breathe. If you sit at a computer a lot, these are good neck stretches to do throughout the day. And release the hand and slowly inhale back to center. Exhale the opposite direction, looking over the left shoulder. And for a bit more stretch, we just take the two first fingers of the right hand and gently press the chin to the right, to the left. release the hand, come back to center, and just drop the right ear towards the right shoulder. If the left hand is on the mat, you'll get a greater stretch on the left side of the neck. And for even more stretch, take the right fingertips on top of the left temple. And now you can get a really deep stretch on the left side of your neck. And breathe. And then we'll release the hand, place the right hand on the mat, and then the left ear goes toward the left shoulder. And for more finger, right temple, and gently pull the left ear down towards the shoulder. And breathe. And release the hand, coming up, back up to center. Inhale, go all the way up to the ceiling. If it's okay with your neck, drop your head back. Here, if you like, you can stick out your tongue. This is really good for preventing a double chin. Men generally don't get them because they shave every day and they're using these muscles. I've been doing this every day since I was a teenager. And then inhaling up to center, pressing the chin to the chest, looking straight down. And from here, we'll do the neck rolls slowly a few times in one direction. Breathing into every space of the neck. And then reversing it a few times in the opposite direction. And just take a nice deep breath. Exhale. And now we're going to do a side stretch. So have your right leg either in front of your left leg, or if you prefer, you can stack it on top. And then with our right arm, we're just going to reach towards the right. Kept the palm on the mat, and then with the left arm, over the side to the head. Now, if you want to come down on your elbow, that's fine. Whichever stretch feels better to you, extending your arm or coming down on your elbow. Sometimes you can come down on your elbow on one side and you can't on the other. You just want to have your head hanging comfortably. You don't need to have it in any special position. Just let it hang and have that top arm close to the ear. So you feel a nice stretch on the left side of your body. Almost feel it all the way from the hip to the armpit, if you can get that deep, and breathe. And then slowly come up, and we'll reverse the cross of our legs. So now the left leg is either in front or on top, and we extend the left arm to the left, palm on the ground or the elbow, whichever you prefer, with the right arm close to that right ear, and the neck just gently hanging down, and breathe. And then we'll come up to center, and we can extend our legs, shake them out. And then let's take our right leg, and you can either just grab your toe. We're just trying to loosen up the hip. Some people like to put their hands under their calf. Some people like to cradle the leg like this. It doesn't really matter, because what you're just trying to do is loosen up that hip. Either of those three ways, whichever you prefer, or all of them, whatever gives you the best stretch. Just loosening up that hip. And then let's see if we can extend the leg. Get a nice stretch there. If you can, try to bring your nose to the knee for a deeper stretch. Really feel that in your hamstring. And then slowly lower it down. And then we'll take the other foot or leg and just gently, or if you prefer to hold it like this or like this. Just so you're feeling that in the left hip. And then we'll straighten out the left leg as straight as possible. Get a nice deep stretch in that hamstring muscle. If you can, see if you can bring your nose to your knee. We won't hold this very long. And then slowly lower the left leg down, shake it out. And now we'll do a twist, a seated twist. We're just gonna cross our right foot over our left leg so that the foot is right next to the outside of the left knee. With your left arm, you can either squeeze your knee in or place it on the side. And then we place our right hand right next to our sacrum behind us, and we twist and look over the right shoulder. And breathe. And then slowly release the hand and then turn back to center. Straighten out the right leg. You know what's coming. Bend the left leg, cross it over the right knee. And then your right arm can either squeeze the knee in or you can place your arm to the outside as you place your left hand right by the sacrum behind you, sitting up nice and tall and turning and looking over the left shoulder. And breathing. Slowly unwinding, coming back to center. Straighten out both legs. You can pull that flesh underneath your buttocks if you like. And then we're going to do our first forward bend, sitting up nice and tall with our feet together, toes pointed towards the ceiling. We can clasp our thumbs, our forefingers touch. We're going to inhale, go all the way out towards our feet, but first come all the way up so that we're lifting up on the rib cage, and then slowly exhaling down. And you can place your hands anywhere that's comfortable, on your knees, on your shins. If you grab your toes, that's fine. If you're using a strap, you place it on the bottoms of your feet to pull yourself even farther down. If you like, if you don't have a strap, you can always use a dog leash. It works the same way. Sometimes just pretending that you have that strap, you just go down a little bit farther. It's not about how the pose looks. I know it looks really cool when people can go all the way forward, but believe it or not, sometimes that's not as deep of a stretch. And I can show you what I mean when we get into the forward fold. I can go all the way forward, but when I do that, I get less of a stretch because I'm really just curving my spine. I'm not getting a deep stretch. When I go all the way forward, it's just my back. I'm not using the muscles, so I prefer to not go all the way down. That's how I feel it. And then we'll slowly come up. And what we'll do is we'll bend our left leg in so that our foot is right next to the thigh. If you like, some people like to place it on top. And a very deep stretch, which I don't do, is to place it behind you. The right toes are pointed towards the ceiling. Once again, we'll clasp the thumbs, inhaling out and then up. Because coming up first makes it easier to go down. And again, place your hands wherever is comfortable so that you feel a good stretch in your low back. Again, you can always drop your head if you want, if you have a block. But just going to the place that you feel it the most deep. And breathe. And know that you can always come out of a stretch and then go back in it or just not do it. Nothing is mandatory in yoga. It's supposed to feel good. You do what feels good to you. It doesn't mean that sometimes a pose won't be a little challenging and you can breathe through it, but it's never supposed to hurt. You're never supposed to experience any pain in any of these poses. If not, you must come out of it immediately. Slowly coming back up to center, extend the left leg, shake it out, bend the right leg, place it right next to the left thigh on top or bent, whichever variation you like. Left toes point towards the ceiling, clasping the thumbs, inhaling out and all the way up. And then slowly exhaling down. And breathing. One side is usually more flexible. You'll find you can get down further. The left side's my better side. More flexible side. And breathe. And then slowly coming up to center, extend it out, and then let's extend our legs as wide apart as you comfortably can. And what we're going to do is inhale all the way up and look towards the right leg, and then come down sideways. Now, if you like, you can actually twist your body and come over this way if that feels good to you, or you can just go straight down towards the knee, or you can do both, depending if you want to get a side stretch or more of a low back stretch. A microphone here, I can't do that. I can't do it that way. And breathe, and then slowly come up, and we'll go the other way. Either forehead towards the left knee or turning the body for a side stretch. And breathe. And then coming up to center. And then just gently walking the hands forward. Maybe your elbows will get on the ground, maybe not. Doesn't matter. Just going forward. The last time I taught, it was a really small class. There was just 4 of us, and we did a lot of, we did partner yoga. It was kind of fun. Like, so in this stretch, we were pulling each other all the way down. Do not try this at home. But it was fun because with the partner we could pull the person, I mean, not to the point of pain, but just a little bit further than they might go on their own. And then we'll come back up to center, and we'll bring the legs together, and we'll shake them out. And then let's place our feet in a nice wide diamond with the feet together. And now we'll come forward. This should be a little bit easier now that we did some of the forward bends. While you're there, if you like, you can massage that instep. That's a really good place to massage your foot. We'll come forward. Teach you guys a good couple of toe stretches. And then we'll come up, but we'll take our hands in front of us and we're gonna walk them like Spider-Man to the left. So we're gonna get a little stretch on the right side of the body. Our feet will stay in the same position. And then Spider-Man to the other side. Head is towards the right knee this time. Back to center and come down one more time. See if you can go down just a little bit further this time. And then slowly come up and keep the feet together, but this time bring them in as close to the body as you can. And then just gently press the knees down. And see if you can grab your toes for a balancing stretch. So just for now, this is balancing. You don't have to go all the way. Just doing this, you're balancing on your sit bones. I know it's hard, very good. And then if you get brave, see if you can. And don't worry, if you fall, you'll be fine. Very good, everyone. This is a balance. Very good. You guys are good. Okay, so now let's come onto our hands and knees. No yoga class would be complete without a couple of rounds of cat-cow. We start with our spine nice and straight in tabletop. The tops of our feet are on the mat. And our hands are about shoulder width apart. And what we're going to do is we're going to inhale up, looking towards the ceiling. So you'll feel this a little bit in your low back probably. I don't know why this is called cow. I don't see cows really doing this. But cat, I can understand. We inhale and we try to bring our belly button into our spine like a Halloween cat. Our knees are also about shoulder width apart. And then we'll do a few rounds on our own, inhaling up, exhaling, and then arching our back. So you can do several on your own at your own pace. And then what we're going to do is it's called thread the needle. We're going to take our right arm all the way up to the ceiling, and then we're going to thread it through the left arm so that we end up on our right shoulder. And your left arm can move around wherever's comfortable. You can even wrap it around your body and then grab the inside of the right thigh. So you're on your right ear, your right shoulder, and the bottom half of your body is actually in child's pose. And breathe. And we'll release the hand, come back up to center, and then we'll bring the left arm up to the ceiling, and then thread the needle to the right so that the right cheek and shoulder is on the ground. You can move that right arm anywhere you like, really. I like to reach up behind my back, grab my left inner thigh, and breathe. And then we'll release the hand, come back up to center, arms and legs about a foot apart. And then let's just massage the whole spine a few times one way. And then a few times the other way. then we can push ourselves back into child's pose. There's a few variations. Some people like to do a wide-legged child's pose where the knees are open and the toes are together, and that's fine, and you can have your arms in front of you. Another variation called embryo are your knees together and then your hands behind you. If you're doing that one, you can even clasp your hands. Get a little shoulder stretch while you're there. If you ever experience low back pain in life or in a class, this is a good position to go into. And in many yoga classes, this is telling the teacher, I can't do what you're asking me right now, I just need to rest. So this is sort of like the universal, leave me alone, teacher pose. Don't bother me. And then we'll push ourselves back up onto our hands and knees. And keeping them about hip and shoulder width apart, what we're going to do is we're going to keep our right knee planted on the mat, and we're going to lift our left leg straight behind us. And now if you can, you're going to lift your right arm. So it's opposite arm, opposite leg. And try to balance. And then we place the right hand down and the left knee down, and we reverse it. We raise the right leg up, and the left arm goes there. And see if you can balance for a few breaths. And then we'll just do a few on our own. Everybody can go at their own pace. If it helps you to curl your toes to plant the leg that you're balancing on, that's fine, or you can keep the foot straight. If you ever do physical therapy, this is something they often have you do. Don't know why, but it seems like every time I've had it, they've had me do this. And we'll just do one more on each side. And then when you're done, we're going to stay on the left knee and place the right knee on the mat. And we're going to take our right hand right next to the right foot and lift the left arm towards the ceiling. So this is also a twist. You'll also have to balance a little bit. Place that left hand down. Now you're on the right knee. Left foot is on the mat. Left hand is right on the inside of the left foot as you lift the right arm towards the ceiling. And breathe. So a little bit of twist, a little bit of balance at the same time. And we only got a few more poses before the deep relaxation. They're nice, gentle ones. You can place the hand down, come down onto the knees, and we're going to lay down onto our stomachs. And you can stack your hands if you like and place your cheek on your hand just to rest for a second. Turn. You simply come up onto your elbows. Your hands are about shoulder width apart. And you're just feeling a nice little stretch in your low back. Sphinx is not as deep as Cobra. If you do Cobra, which is a little higher, you can, or some people do up dog. For me, that's just too much in my back, but whatever works for you. I like just doing Sphinx. That feels right to me. This is still a very good low back stretch, whichever the three variations you do, or do all three. A lot of forward bends, but we do a lot of backward bends. And when you're ready, you can just come down, stack your hands, turn your head to the opposite side, and rest for a moment. Let's turn over onto our backs and do one of my favorite poses. It's called figure four. It's like doing a pigeon on your back. So have your feet on the mat, like as if we're going to do bridge pose, but instead, simply cross your right ankle over your left knee. Now, if this is all you can do, this is great. You can, if you like, just press your right knee away from you. But if you can, lift that left leg up for a deeper stretch in your right hip. So this is like doing pigeon, but laying on your back. And this right here may be deep enough, but if you need to go a little deeper, you can reach in and clasp your hands above your left knee and pull that in further. Or you can straighten your left leg and clasp your hands below the left knee. But whichever variation you like, I find just bringing my left knee in towards the chest, I don't have to grab anywhere, and I get a really deep stretch. Good for people that have sciatica, piriformis syndrome, or just need to stretch that area. And breathe. I don't know if you guys ever go to the movie theater in La Quinta, but they have recliners, and I'll do this at the movies. I'm always in the back row though, so I'm not bothering anybody doing my stretch. And when you're ready, just place that left foot back down on the mat, uncross the legs, and now cross the left leg over the right. If this is enough, just do this. If you can, lift up on the right leg. If you need more, clasp your hands above the right knee and squeeze that knee in, or straighten the right leg and bring the thigh. Whichever variation works best for you. And then we uncross the leg one more time, bring the knees to the chest, gently rock from side to side. And then when you're ready, you'll just lay down on your back for final resting pose, also known as Shavasana, where we just lie comfortably on our back with our eyes closed, our arms and legs spread about a foot apart, palms open, facing the ceiling. Before we relax, let's tense up the body a bit. So what we want to do is clench our fists, curl our toes, put a big smile on our face, wrinkle our forehead, bring those shoulders up to touch the ears, really squeeze that buttocks, tighten every single muscle in the body, squeeze, just tighten, 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 and then let go. And now we can reap the benefit of our deep stretches by just spending a few minutes to relax the body. So lying comfortably on your back with your eyes closed, just take in 3 very slow, deep breaths. Each time breathing in as slowly and as deeply as you can through the nose. Exhaling even slower through the mouth. And with each exhalation, allow your body to completely relax and sink right into the mat. Knowing that any sound you hear can only relax you even more. And with every breath you take, your body can only become more and more deeply relaxed. We're going to do some visualization where we imagine a healing golden light in various locations in our body and move it around to create a sense of deep peace and healing. We're going to start in our left foot, and we're going to take in a deep breath and imagine this beautiful ball of golden light in your left foot. Really see it there in the arch of your foot. And as you continue to breathe, bring this beautiful healing light all the way up your leg, from your left heel to left ankle, to your left calf and knee, behind your left knee, into your left thigh, letting the light settle in the left hip, And as you exhale, just like a current of electricity, feel this peace and relaxation travel all the way down the left leg. From the hip, to the thigh, to the shin, to the ankle, to the left heel, to the arch of the left foot, down every single toe, into the tip of each toe, feeling every muscle in the left foot and leg completely relax and melt right into the mat. So relaxed you can barely even feel your left foot and leg anymore. It's as if they're not even attached to your body. That's how relaxed it's become. As you continue to breathe slowly and deeply, knowing with each and every breath you take, your body will only become more and more deeply relaxed. And any sound you hear can only relax you even more. We'll take in another deep breath through the nose, and this time visualize this beautiful healing ball of golden light in your right foot. Really seeing it there. And as you continue the breath, bringing the light up to the right ankle and calf, into the right knee and thigh, letting it settle in the right hip. And as you exhale, feel this peace and relaxation travel all the way down the right leg, from the right hip to the right thigh, to the right knee and shin and calf, into the right heel and ankle, into the arch of the right foot, down every single toe, in the tip of each toe, feeling every muscle in the right leg and foot completely relax. Sink right into the mat, so that you barely even feel your right foot and leg anymore. It's as if it's not even attached to your body. That's how relaxed it's become. As you continue to breathe slowly and deeply, with each and every breath you take, your body will only become more and more deeply relaxed. And every sound you hear can only serve to relax you even more. We'll take in another deep breath through the nose, and this time fill your left hand with a beautiful ball of golden light. Hold that in your left hand. And as you continue to breathe, bring the light up to the left wrist and forearm, to the left elbow and upper arm, letting it settle in the left shoulder. And as you exhale, just like a current of electricity, feel this peace and relaxation travel all the way down your left arm, from your shoulder to your elbow, to your forearm, to your left wrist, into the palm of your left hand, down every single finger and fingertip, and down the left thumb. Feeling every muscle in your left hand and arm completely relax and sink right into the mat, so that you barely even feel your left hand and arm anymore. It's as if it's not even attached to your body. That's how relaxed it's become. That's how relaxed you're becoming. As you continue to take slow, deep breaths, allowing your body to become more and more deeply relaxed with every breath you take and every sound you hear. Taking another long, slow, deep breath through the nose, and this time fill your right hand with this beautiful ball of healing golden light. Really seeing it in your right hand, visualizing it there. And as you continue to breathe, bring the light up to the right wrist and forearm, the right elbow and upper arm. Letting it settle in the right shoulder. And as you exhale, just like a current of electricity, feel this deep peace and relaxation travel all the way down the right arm, from the shoulder to the elbow, to the forearm, to the right wrist, to the palm of the right hand, down every single finger and fingertip, and down the right thumb. Feeling your entire right hand and arm completely relax and sink right into the mat. It's as if your right hand and arm are not even attached to your body anymore. That's how relaxed they become. As you continue to breathe slowly and deeply, knowing with each and every breath you take, your body will only become more and more deeply relaxed. And every sound you hear can only relax you even more. We'll take in another deep breath through the nose, and this time fill your spine, this beautiful healing golden light, starting off at your tailbone. And as you continue the breath, bringing the light up to your sacral spine, to your lumbar spine, to your thoracic spine, letting it settle in your cervical spine, in your neck, and all the way up to the head, filling your face, this beautiful golden light. And as you exhale, just like a current of electricity, feel this peace and relaxation travel all the way back down your spine, from your head to your neck, to your upper back, to your mid back, to your low back, into your tailbone. Feeling every single vertebra completely relax and sink right into the mat, so that you barely even feel your spine anymore. We'll take in another deep breath, and this time try to fill your entire body with this beautiful, golden, healing, peaceful light. When you exhale, you will feel completely relaxed and at peace. If there's any area of your body that needs special healing today, you can spend a moment visualizing that area bathed in this beautiful golden light. And we'll take in one more deep breath through the nose, and this time fill your heart with this beautiful light, with peace and joy and love. Exhaling away anything you don't want in your life, any negativity, any pain, any stress, just let it go right now. And know that you can always go back to this state of deep peace and relaxation simply by returning to your breath. And if you like to do affirmations, positive sayings stated in the present, you can tell yourself any suggestion of how you want to feel when you wake up, so that you wake up feeling completely relaxed and refreshed, but full of energy all at the same time, as if you've awoken from a wonderful nap, still full of energy to get done everything today that you need to get done in a very peaceful and relaxed way. And thank yourself for coming to the class, for taking care of your body in this very loving way. Whenever you're ready, you can begin to gently wake up by wiggling your fingers, wiggling your toes, perhaps turning your head from side to side. Once again, feeling your body along the mat. And whenever you're ready, you can come up into a seated position so that we can seal this good energy, this nice feeling with the yoga mudra. Sitting up nice and tall, we grab our right wrist with our left hand behind us, and then we slowly bow forward. And then we come up and place our hands on our knees, sealing the third finger with the thumb to seal this nice energy. And if you like, we bring our hands to a prayer position at the chest, and we can bow forward and say namaste, which basically, well, thank you. It means the goodness in me salutes the goodness in you. And thank you so much for coming. And if you're watching this, thank you so much for watching this. Namaste. Yay! Thank you.